Stand up right now if you're able to do so. Go ahead and give it a try. Just take a short moment to really focus on what's happening inside your body, even though you were seated just a second ago. Your heart maintains its steady, dependable rhythm without any conscious direction from you. Your blood keeps circulating smoothly through your veins and arteries, quietly performing all their essential functions completely on autopilot. Yet there is something profoundly important that the vast majority of people never pause to consider. After the age of 55, your arteries are no longer as robust, elastic, or supple as they were during your younger years. Far too many individuals cling to the mistaken notion that clogged arteries appear suddenly and without warning. One perfectly ordinary day you feel completely fine, and then, out of nowhere, a heart attack or stroke strikes with no prior indication. But the reality is entirely different. Clogged arteries do not form overnight. They develop extremely gradually, silently, and over the course of many decades. There are no loud warning signals, no sudden stabbing pains to catch your attention, no unmistakable red flags screaming that danger is near, until one day a serious crisis erupts. It might manifest as a heart attack, it might be a stroke, or your physician might look at your latest test results and quietly say, "I really wish we had detected this much sooner." To emphasize this point further, think about how everyday life masks these gradual changes. You go about your routine, working, spending time with family, enjoying hobbies, without noticing the subtle shifts in your vascular system. It's like a slow leak in a tire. You don't feel it until the tire is flat. This stealthy progression is why regular checkups and awareness are so crucial. Many people dismiss minor fatigue or occasional breathlessness as normal aging, but these could be early whispers of arterial issues. By understanding the timeline of atherosclerosis, you empower yourself to intervene early, potentially averting a crisis. Education on this topic isn't just informative, it's a proactive step toward longevity and quality of life. I'm Dr. Michael Kent, and over many years I have devoted my professional efforts to helping older adults, just like you, preserve strong, vibrant hearts using gentle, natural methods that minimize heavy reliance on powerful prescription medications or invasive surgical procedures. Now imagine this. What if I told you that a single, remarkably uncomplicated meal, not an expensive supplement, not a surgical intervention, has been clearly demonstrated by robust scientific research to begin helping your body defend and nurture your arteries, starting with your very next bite? Importantly, this is not about enforcing a rigid, joyless diet that eliminates all the foods you love. It remains budget-friendly, straightforward to implement, and you absolutely do not need to abandon the dishes that bring you pleasure and satisfaction. I kindly ask you to stay with me through this entire message. By the time we finish, you will have a clear understanding of exactly what to include in your meals, the precise scientific mechanisms behind why these choices deliver such strong protective effects for your cardiovascular system, and crucially, how to put them into practice in a safe and sustainable way, particularly if you are over the age of 60. Building on this promise, let's consider the accessibility of these changes. In a world filled with complex diets and expensive programs, simplicity stands out. This approach draws from everyday ingredients available at your local grocery store, requiring no special equipment or exotic imports. It's designed for real life, accommodating busy schedules and varying tastes. Whether you're cooking for one or a family, these meals integrate seamlessly, enhancing rather than disrupting your routine. The science backing them isn't fringe. It's rooted in peer-reviewed studies from reputable institutions, ensuring reliability and trustworthiness. Before we go any further, let me address and correct one very common misconception that misleads so many well-intentioned people. When the average person hears the phrase clogged arteries, their mind usually jumps to an image of household plumbing pipes completely obstructed with thick grease and accumulated debris. While that analogy captures part of the problem, it only tells a fraction of the full story. The true origin of the trouble lies in chronic inflammation occurring within the walls of the arteries themselves. This low-level, persistent inflammation slowly erodes and injures the sensitive inner lining of your arteries across many years. Once that vital lining, known as the endothelium, becomes damaged or chronically irritated, cholesterol particles begin to adhere to those compromised areas. Over the passing decades, calcium gradually deposits on top of the cholesterol buildup, and slowly the arteries become increasingly rigid, constricted, and less capable of allowing unrestricted blood flow. Medical professionals refer to this entire gradual progression as atherosclerosis. Because it advances so stealthily over such a long period, countless individuals continue feeling entirely normal until the damage has reached an advanced and often critical stage. To clarify this misconception even more, the plumbing analogy falls short because arteries are living tissues, not inert pipes. They respond to inflammation by trying to repair themselves, but this repair process can go awry, leading to plaque buildup. Unlike a clogged drain that you can snake out quickly, arterial damage requires ongoing management. Recognizing inflammation as the root cause shifts the focus from just cholesterol control to holistic anti-inflammatory strategies. This perspective empowers individuals to take control through lifestyle choices, rather than relying solely on medical interventions. Here is the single most vital takeaway I want you to carry with you today. Your body actually possesses a built-in natural ability to resist and counteract this accumulating damage. You truly can slow its progression to a very significant degree. In certain cases, it is even possible to help reverse some of the existing harm. But this only becomes realistic when you deliberately stop feeding the very inflammation that fuels the entire process in the first place. And that brings us directly to the one simple, highly effective meal I mentioned earlier. Before we move forward, I would genuinely appreciate it if you would take just a second right now to drop a quick comment below with only your age. It truly encourages me to see who is joining in and actively pursuing improved heart health at this moment. Engaging with the community in this way fosters a sense of connection. Seeing ages from various decades reminds us that heart health is a universal concern, not limited to any specific group. It also allows me to tailor future content based on the demographics of my audience, ensuring relevance and impact. Your participation isn't just helpful, it's a step toward building a supportive network where experiences are shared and motivation is mutual. Let me guide you step by step through the actual physiological changes occurring inside your body, shifts that surprisingly few people ever discuss in plain, straightforward language. As you enter your 60s, 70s, and even later decades, 4 primary changes take place that have a direct and profound impact on the condition and performance of your arteries. The first is the ongoing presence of chronic inflammation within the artery walls. Imagine your arteries as an ordinary garden hose used for watering plants. When the interior remains perfectly smooth and free of debris, water, or in this case blood, flows through with minimal resistance and great efficiency. Persistent inflammation, however, roughens and irritates that inner surface, much like moss, algae, or gradual buildup coating the hose interior and creating drag and turbulence that hampers smooth flow. In medical terminology, this critical inner surface is called the endothelium. When inflammation compromises it, cholesterol molecules and calcium deposits find it much easier to latch on and accumulate, eventually forming plaque. A major, well-regarded study from Harvard University followed over 5,000 adults for a full 15-year period. The results were unmistakable. Higher levels of inflammation markers proved to be a more reliable predictor of future plaque formation and expansion than elevated cholesterol readings by themselves. I understand that this might come as a surprise or even raise some questions. For years, most of us have been told to follow low-fat diets, start taking statin medications, or completely avoid red meat. Those approaches do have their appropriate place in certain situations, but they frequently fail to address the genuine primary driver, inflammation, at its root. Let me expand further on this inflammation aspect because it is so crucial and so often overlooked. Chronic inflammation is not like the sudden swelling you experience from a cut or injury. It is a slow-burning process that simmers quietly in the background. It can be triggered by various factors, including poor dietary choices, chronic stress, lack of physical activity, and even environmental toxins. Over time, this inflammation signals the body to dispatch more cholesterol to the affected site as part of a misguided repair mechanism, but instead of helping, it contributes to dangerous buildup. That is precisely why focusing solely on cholesterol reduction without tackling inflammation is like treating the symptoms while ignoring the underlying disease. Many patients I have worked with arrive confused, wondering why their cholesterol-lowering medications are not preventing further progression. The answer lies in this deeper layer of understanding. To illustrate, consider how everyday choices accumulate. A diet heavy in processed foods may not cause immediate discomfort, but it steadily fans the flames of inflammation, leading to long-term vascular damage. By shifting toward anti-inflammatory foods, we can effectively douse those flames. This shift does not have to be drastic. Even modest adjustments, such as replacing processed snacks with fresh fruit, can begin producing a noticeable difference over time. It is about consistency rather than perfection, allowing your body to heal gradually from the inside out. To make this even clearer, think about inflammation as a quiet fire smoldering in your arteries. Every poor meal choice adds a little more fuel to that fire, while healthy choices help put it out. Over the years, I've seen patients transform their health by making these small, steady changes. They report feeling more energetic, sleeping better, and even noticing improvements in their blood work. It's empowering to know that you have control over this process through simple daily decisions. Remember, inflammation doesn't announce itself loudly. It builds silently, but so does the healing when you start addressing it properly. Let me add that chronic inflammation can also stem from other lifestyle factors beyond diet. For instance, ongoing stress from work or personal life can elevate cortisol levels, which in turn promotes inflammation. Incorporating relaxation techniques like deep breathing or meditation can complement dietary changes, creating a more comprehensive approach to reducing this silent threat. In my practice, patients who combine anti-inflammatory eating with stress management often see faster and more sustained improvements in their overall well-being. Expanding a bit more on this, it's worth noting that inflammation can be measured through simple blood tests, such as C-reactive protein, CRP levels, which many doctors can check during routine visits. If your levels are elevated, it's a sign to take action, but even without testing, adopting an anti-inflammatory lifestyle can preemptively lower risks. Foods like turmeric, ginger, and green tea have natural compounds that help calm inflammation, and integrating them into meals is easy and flavorful. For example, adding turmeric to soups or ginger to teas can become enjoyable habits that support your arteries without much extra effort. Patients often share how these additions not only benefit their hearts but also ease joint discomfort or improve digestion, showing the interconnected nature of body systems. Consistency in these practices builds a foundation of resilience, helping you maintain vitality as you age. To further illustrate the point, consider how small daily habits compound over time. Starting with 1 cup of green tea in the morning or sprinkling turmeric on eggs can seem minor, but over months, these actions reduce inflammatory markers noticeably. I encourage patients to experiment with flavors, making the process fun rather than obligatory, which boosts long-term adherence and overall satisfaction with the changes. Delving even deeper into the role of inflammation, it's important to recognize its systemic effects. Chronic inflammation doesn't isolate itself to the arteries. It can affect joints, leading to arthritis-like symptoms, or the gut, contributing to digestive issues. By targeting it through diet, you're addressing multiple health fronts simultaneously. Foods rich in polyphenols, such as dark chocolate in moderation or red wine, can also aid, but balance is key to avoid excess calories. Patients who incorporate variety keep things interesting, preventing burnout and ensuring sustained benefits. Moreover, hydration plays a role. Adequate water intake helps flush toxins that could exacerbate inflammation. Aim for at least 8 glasses a day, perhaps infused with lemon for added antioxidants. Third, use extra virgin olive oil as your primary cooking and dressing fat. Its monounsaturated fats and polyphenols combat inflammation and improve endothelial function. The PREDIME trial demonstrated a 30% reduction in cardiovascular events with olive oil-rich Mediterranean diets. Fourth, include nuts and seeds as daily staples. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds provide healthy fats, fiber, and anti-inflammatory compounds that support stable blood sugar and reduce oxidative damage. A meta-analysis in the British Medical Journal linked a handful of nuts daily to a 28% reduction in cardiovascular mortality. Nuts also offer magnesium for muscle relaxation, aiding sleep and stress reduction. Toasting them lightly enhances flavor without extra calories. To expand on nuts and seeds, their versatility makes them easy to add. Sprinkle on salads, mix into yogurt, or enjoy as snacks. Walnuts, in particular, are high in alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3. Chia and flax seeds add omega-3s too, beneficial for vegetarians. Grinding flax seeds improves absorption. Patients report satiety, helping with weight management, which indirectly supports heart health. Finally, include fatty fish such as salmon, sardines, mackerel, or anchovies at least twice per week. These provide valuable omega-3 fatty acids that strongly reduce inflammation, enhance nitric oxide production and availability, and help prevent excessive platelet clumping that can lead to clots. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reported that regular omega-3 consumption resulted in an impressive 38% improvement in arterial flexibility after only 12 weeks. If fresh fish is not to your taste or is difficult to obtain, a high-quality fish oil supplement can serve as a reasonable alternative, but please consult your doctor first, especially if you are taking any blood-thinning medications. If you have kidney problems or follow a potassium-restricted diet, check with your healthcare provider before significantly increasing your intake of leafy greens. Omega-3 fatty acids like EPA and DHA compete with pro-inflammatory omega-6 fats, naturally thin the blood to reduce clot risk, and support overall vascular health. You can grill, bake, or enjoy them canned for convenience. Whole food sources generally provide superior benefits compared to supplements alone because they deliver additional nutrients. Always prioritize safety by discussing changes with your physician, particularly if you take medications that could interact. Simple recipes such as baked salmon with fresh herbs, sardine salads, or mackerel patties make incorporation seamless and delicious. Pairing fatty fish with the vegetables and olive oil from the protocol maximizes benefits, creating nutritionally balanced meals that support multiple aspects of heart health simultaneously. Plant-based alternatives like algae oil can work for vegetarians, offering similar omega-3s. To further integrate, try omega-3 enriched eggs or fortified foods as backups. To expand on the protocol, each component synergizes with the others. For instance, the antioxidants in berries enhance the anti-inflammatory effects of olive oil, while nuts provide sustained energy that helps avoid blood sugar crashes. Implementing this as a meal might look like a salad with greens, berries, nuts, olive oil dressing, and grilled salmon. Simple yet powerful. Patients often start with one meal a day following this pattern and gradually expand, finding it enjoyable and sustainable. Customizing portions to your needs ensures it fits your lifestyle without overwhelm. For variety, rotate greens to prevent boredom. Try romaine one day, collards the next. Berries can be fresh, frozen, or in smoothies. Olive oil in vinaigrettes, or for sautéing adds flavor. Nuts and seeds in trail mixes offer portability. Fish preparations like poaching preserve nutrients. This flexibility keeps the protocol fresh and adherent. Begin these adjustments slowly and gradually. Give your body adequate time to adapt comfortably, then progressively increase variety and portion sizes. Your health and safety are always the top priority. Think of the heart protocol as helpful complementary support that works alongside, not in place of, your existing medical care and any prescribed treatments. Here is my personal challenge to you right now. Choose just one single component from the heart protocol, perhaps committing to eating 2 servings of fatty fish each week, or simply starting to top your vegetables with a generous drizzle of extra virgin olive oil every day, and follow through with that one change consistently for the next 30 days. Afterward, come back to this message and share your personal experience in the comments. Did you notice increased energy? Any positive shifts in blood pressure or overall sense of well-being? Your real-life story has the potential to inspire and uplift thousands of other older adults who are reading and watching along with you. Starting small builds powerful momentum. Consider keeping a simple journal to track changes. Note improvements in energy, sleep quality, or even fewer doctor visits related to heart concerns. Sharing your progress creates motivation. I have seen supportive communities form around these kinds of challenges, where people encourage one another and exchange practical tips. This kind of interaction fosters accountability and turns individual efforts into collective success. Connecting with others provides fresh ideas, emotional support, and makes the journey feel less solitary and far more rewarding. Online forums or local groups can extend this community beyond comments, offering ongoing encouragement. To enhance engagement, setting reminders via phone apps for journal entries keeps consistency high. Expanding on community, many find that group challenges, like monthly check-ins, amplify adherence. Sharing recipes or success stories builds camaraderie, making health goals feel like a shared adventure rather than a solo task. This social aspect can be particularly uplifting for seniors, combating isolation while promoting wellness. Virtual meetups or email threads can sustain momentum, providing a platform for questions and celebrations. Family involvement, such as cooking together, strengthens bonds and reinforces habits. To add more depth, consider how technology aids tracking. Apps for food logging or blood pressure monitoring provide data-driven insights, motivating continued effort. Patients who use them often spot patterns, like how certain meals stabilize energy, reinforcing positive choices. Community apps connect like-minded individuals globally, expanding support networks. If today's information has been helpful, eye-opening, or motivating for you, please take a quick moment to subscribe so you won't miss what comes next. In the upcoming message, we will explore a single, surprisingly common nutrient deficiency that affects most seniors and quietly undermines heart health in ways that are rarely discussed. And I promise at least one detail will genuinely surprise you. Staying subscribed ensures you receive timely, evidence-based updates as new research emerges. Topics like vitamin D, magnesium, or other key nutrients often connect directly to symptoms such as fatigue, irregular heartbeats, or persistent low energy. Being connected keeps you proactive and empowered in managing your wellness journey. These updates can include practical tips, new studies, or even seasonal adjustments to the protocol. For example, winter tips might focus on indoor exercises or vitamin D sources. Summer advice could emphasize hydration and lighter meals. Additionally, subscriptions allow for personalized content, such as Q&A sessions or webinars, deepening understanding. It's a commitment to ongoing education, vital in a field where knowledge evolves rapidly. Finally, if you have stayed with me from the very first line all the way to this closing paragraph, please type "Heartstrong" in the comments below. Together we can build a warm, supportive, and empowering community of older adults who are proactively taking charge of their heart and vascular future. I'm Doctor, and I truly look forward to connecting with you again very soon. Take excellent care of yourself and make that first small, meaningful step today. Remember, every positive choice you make today contributes to a healthier tomorrow, building resilience one meal at a time. As you embark on this path, know that patience and self-compassion are key. Progress may be gradual, but it's profound and lasting. To wrap up with encouragement, reflect on past successes in your life, perhaps learning a skill or overcoming a challenge. Apply that same perseverance here. Heart health is an investment in your future self. Celebrate small wins, like completing a week of the protocol, to maintain enthusiasm. Surround yourself with positive influences, whether books, podcasts, or supportive friends, to stay inspired. Your journey is unique, but the principles are universal, leading to enhanced well-being and joy in later years.